Hello everybody, welcome to Blandford on a Thursday afternoon. So we just had the first of our internal review meetings with the Blandford team. So you remember I was talking last week about Poole had the first of their round tables with churches. So we're just changing the whole model there from a regular steering group to a round table with churches looking outwardly, and then us taking our responsibility as FaithWorks to work with each of the project teams on how's it going and what are the things that we need to do. So we just had the first one of those, which is brilliant because it gave us a chance to meet with Emma, who has just finished her first week here in Norwich as the larder coordinator. So Heidi's got the focus around the food bank and the volunteers, and Emma's taking on the larder coordination, and Sophie's sort of giving a view over the top and working with partners outside. So Emma's brilliant because Emma was leading a church here in Blandford previously, loads of experience, loads of connections. She's going to be absolutely brilliant. Welcome, Emma. And she's just been saying it's been so good, the support that people have given her in their first induction week. So thank you for everybody welcoming her. We'll tell you about Carol, who's going to start soon as the financial coordinator very soon. More interviews tomorrow, so we'll talk about that. But I just want to share with you some of that's why it's lovely just hearing the detail of what's going on in projects. You know, there are now 105 folk who are going to the Norwich Larder on a regular basis, who are members of that. 82 of them came from the food bank itself, and there's only ever been one person who's turned down that opportunity. And I think it was something like 31 people have now gone through that whole process. So they came to the food bank for immediate crisis help, moved into the larder, and are now resilient enough to keep going without needing that help, which is just fantastic, isn't it? They had their last week, they had their first, I know some of you who've been doing this for a while, but they had their first bringing all the volunteers together to have a review and a training session and what's going on session, feedback session. 22 out of the 49, so that's nearly 50% of the volunteers were there, which is amazing. And you had people meeting from different shifts. Some people have been here for ages, some people have been really new. Just run really well. Sophie and I did an amazing job. And what was really nice, there was one volunteer who'd been signed off work for 6 months, relatively new, met with two other volunteers who were on different shifts, so they didn't really know each other very well. Both those other volunteers had health issues, which meant their dogs needed walking, and this volunteer who'd been signed off work was desperate to get out and do stuff, so she's now walking their two dogs. Bit of a theme developing here, because we had something about walking dogs last week as well, didn't we? But it's really nice to see how the volunteers are supporting each other. And they've also here got a buddies scheme whereby people from local churches come down as Christian buddies, and they're just chatting and praying with people as appropriate within the sessions, and it's lovely. And they're now going to get together every week to pray with Sophie about the needs of the food bank, the people they're meeting, which is fantastic. That threefold support again coming out. And talking of practical stuff, as you can probably see, I've now got a load of soap which has been sitting around here, but we think we can probably use better in some of our homelessness work. So look out, folks, I'll be bringing that back. But if you can use some soap, then let me know. It'll be back at the office. So great job here in Blandford, and thank you to the team here, but thank you to you for what you're doing to support each other, because I know it works really well as we support each other. Hello everybody. So I forgot to say that also in Blandford the team have been awarded a High Sheriff of Dorset special award, community award, and they're going to pick that up in the next few weeks. Congratulations. And we should also say congratulations to the Smile team. We had the regular quarterly review meeting last week for the Smile gang, and just amazing what you did at Christmas. I've written down a couple of things here. They helped they got masses of Christmas toys. 7 trolley loads from the Dunelm team. Wow. 66 families were helped, 122 children who probably weren't going to get presents except through Smile. And then there were 71 at their Christmas party just up at the junction, the YMCA Sports Centre in Broadstone. 21 families who were going to be on their own at Christmas on the 22nd. The guys put on an amazing party. Danny, Lucy particularly, we salute you. Fantastic work. They're going to send a survey out now. They do a survey. Rachel sends out a survey every 6 months. It'd be really interesting to get the feedback on then, because that survey is not just about what we do, but also about the situations that people are in. And it's a real sort of in microcosm, the sort of stuff that you across all our projects are working with. So you've got teenage pregnancy, you've got people escaping domestic abuse, and us then being able to help them as they get housed and make sure the stuff within the house. There's joint working with the refuge with a particular family. And then there are the joys of seeing one of them actually getting baptized in local church as well. So the highs and lows of working with Smile, the highs and lows working of all the projects. To that note, we I'm putting out a volunteer vlog, or actually Tom is, of course, this week, just to sort of update the volunteers what's going on. The new volunteer handbook. I hope you got a copy of that. It's really good. And actually, we reviewed the staff handbook at the trustee meeting last week. So again, you might see some familiar faces on the front cover of that, but it's our starting point really about who we are, our staff, and how we work together. So if you haven't had a quick look at that, then just pop online to SharePoint and the policies section. I think it'll be in there, but I'll put a link to it in the email this week. So next week, we've got another session back at Blandford with local churches. We've got an HIA sort of catch-up meeting. And actually, we're going to catch up with Roger as well. David and I are going to pop down and see Roger and see how he's doing. Don't forget to pray for Derek as well, who's waiting for his bypass operation. So there's lots going on, as always. And from Sicky here, who's got a bit of man flu, the verse in Psalm 23, I'm reading a book on Psalm 23 at the moment, which says, "He refreshes my soul." That's good news at the moment. I hope it's good news for you too. Thanks for all you're doing. Have a really good week. Take care.